Greetings, fellow adventurers and eager listeners, and welcome to another episode of EpicTales and Enchanted I am your host and narrator, Douglas W.T. Smith. Welcome to the third session of our campaign, our Stormwreck Isle campaign. And if you haven't listened to our previous episodes, go back, please, and listen to episode 1 and episode 2. And then you can find out where and how all the players got to Stormwreck Isles and where they are now in Seagrow Caves. So please make sure you go back and listen to those, and then also click below, follow and subscribe to this channel to see the future episodes of where the Seagrow Caves take our players through and who they encounter with. So please make sure you subscribe and follow, and you can also now support us on Ko-fi, support this channel, and so we can keep producing quality content. The link is below, so please click on that, support us and follow and subscribe, and so you don't miss out on future episodes. Without further delay, here is the third session of Epictales and Enchanted-Tomes. Enjoy. And I hope everyone is going okay, and hasn't been too long a week for everyone. I know the fortnight and daylight savings has kind of stuffed up a few states, but we are here nevertheless, even though we are running at all different time zones. But awesome. Good to see a few of you here. I know unfortunately Azari has come down with bronchitis, so she won't be able to make it tonight, so she'll be with us in spirit. And yeah, those bards singing their heart off over the long weekend. And Uzan is still yet to appear, but that's okay. We'll run through what we do. So to begin, I want to kind of go through. There's something. I guess this is all a big learning curve for all of us. It is only, our third time. There was a bit of a break in between because of the long weekend, the King's birthday on the Monday. So it's been a while since we've all got together. So I was wondering if we could just go through each player character and just give us kind of who you are, like your name and who you are, and what character you're playing for this campaign. So I'll go through like alphabetical order. Unfortunately, Barakai, when I go through alphabetical order, you're always going to be first.
Always.
So yeah.
Yes, I am playing Baraki, a exiled sharkfolk from a underwater volcano. Very tries to be a likable character, but has a very imposing figure and set of jaws. And yeah, is just looking to clean up the oceans and make the world his own and shape it as he can.
Yeah, nice. Well, awesome to have you, Barakai. I do love his toothy grins and carefree attitude. And Doldos. Yes, Doldos.
Yep. Doldos is a satyr barbarian with the Haunted One background. His journey is led by a creature that's haunted his family for generations, and he just wants to get rid of this impending darkness, this creature of fire and smoke, to get rid of the curse that's been plaguing his family. So we'll see where this journey takes him.
I think you're on silent again.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think Stormwreck Isles will definitely test a lot of different races and backgrounds and classes, so it's good to have you on board, Doldos. And Eleanor, a little intro of who you are and the character you're playing, please.
Is a newborn cleric. She is traveling around to practice more her skills and is helping wherever she can.
So did you say, Dragonborn, was it? Dragonborn cleric?
Yep.
Yeah, nice. And last but not least, Vane.
Vane is a drow rogue. She is undyingly tied to her father figure, whose name is Kiel. And she is noticing and learning along this adventure so far that other people and things have relationships that she's never seen or experienced before, and she's feeling curious about those things.
Yeah, in the light of day as well is also a bit harder for you, but it is being in a cave is your specialty, seeing in the dark, and that's kind of where we left off our last session. So you just a bit of a recap, just to if you did take notes or if you didn't, but so characters were you brought to the Seagrow Caves to get some White Cap mushrooms, and you're given a foul-smelling sack of food scraps as a gesture of friendship to the Myconids, and you're sent there by Tarak from Dragon's Rest. And upon arrival, you had kind of entered the cave, and this octopus, this large Spore servant octopus, has come out and started swinging its tentacles at you. And when we last left off, Doldos, you did try to throw your spear at it and missed it, and bringing us to next in the initiative was Vane, and you are just behind Doldos there.
Right. How far? Okay, cool. I'm going to throw my dagger at the octopus.
Yeah.
It's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, nice. It hits.
7 damage. And my bonus action is 2 weapon fighting, so I'm going to throw another dagger.
Okay, cool. Yeah, can you roll to hit?
A dirty 20.
Oh, a dirty 20. Roll for damage.
9 damage.
Wow. Okay, cool. So you've seen Doldos throwing his spear, and you give him a tap on the shoulder, and you give him a little smirk and say to him, "This is how you do it." And you just pull your daggers out, and both of them, this octopus, you see the tentacles kind of, they're coming out of the water, starting to reach out for Barakai that's close by, and you hits the octopus not in the eyes, but like in their front. I guess it'd be like their torso, underneath their eyes and stuff, and like kind of retches back and brings up its tentacles, and as it brings up its tentacles in pain, you throw the other one, hits it, and it starts splashing in the water, doing 16 points of damage. Nice. Is there anything, like, did you want to move? Are you happy where you are?
I'm good where I am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So with the daggers stay lodged into the octopus, and being close by, it's flailing its tentacles, and sorry, I've got my dust ready. Oh no! Oops, what's going on? Sorry, my screen just with you standing directly in front of Barakai, as it brings up its tentacles up in pain, it sees you, and you can see this like red glowing from its eyes, and it sees you and targets you and swings its tentacles at you. And does 13 hit? Pretty sure it doesn't.
15 for me.
Yeah, I thought so. Sorry, I didn't get. Yeah, so as it's thrown its tentacle at you, you've because you're kind of in the shallow, or like on the edge of the water there. You jump to the right, and you underneath your feet you kind of squish some mushrooms and some other fungi beneath you and missing you. And yeah, cool. Sorry, back at the top of the initiative, so after the tentacles reached out to swipe at you, Barakai, you've dodged to the side. Eleanor, you're standing there, and you had just did your what's your 5 move called? Sorry, I should have got this up. It's your turn.
I'm gonna cast Bless on everybody.
Yep.
Everyone has a D4 to add to the attack roll saving throw.
Yeah, nice.
And I'm gonna run over here. And that's what I'm gonna do. Because I feel like if I get any closer, that's not gonna be a smart idea.
Yeah. Did you move?
Should. There we go.
There we go. Alright, cool. And yeah, that's give you the. So now, next on the. Oh goodness, where did you go? Sorry, my list of combat has just gone missing from somewhere. Got so many tabs and windows open, it's really frustrating. Oh, did it close? Oh, that's why. Oops. Silly me.
Alt tab lets you flick through all your windows quicker.
On a Mac as well?
Oh, you're one of them.
Unfortunately, I am a Mac user.
I don't know then.
Google will know, but that's okay. Uzan had been waiting at the bottom of the stairs, and are you all happy? This is a bit meta, but he did message me and say if he wanted, if it was up to the party whether to make the attacks for him until he joined, or would you want to wait for him to come back and he'll make his own decisions?
Kill this octopus.
Yeah, kill the octopus.
That's my vote.
Is the octopus bloodied? Is the question.
It's
You hungry?
Well, nah. So, like, in the groups that I've played with, bloodied is like
looking weak.
It's hit 50%.
Yeah, it's definitely, you can see it's when it's breathing, like when octopuses breathe, their heads swirl in and out, and depending on how hard they're breathing, because he is submerged slightly in the water there, and you can see the head is actually breathing quite deep, so it's almost like a deflating balloon shrinking, and then so it does, from where you are, because you are the closest, you can see that it's definitely taken a bit of damage. Just some blood's coming out of the dagger there.
Yep.
So do you want to wait for Uzan to come back, or make him as a party decision.
Does he have a ranged attack? He just have Eldritch Blast, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, he said.
Yeah. I guess I'll just go with general assumption. He's sitting in the back lines throwing Eldritch Blast each turn.
Yep, that's what he said. So I'll unhide him. There we go. Yeah. So, and I'm pretty sure I can do it from. Yep. Yeah, cool. I can do it from here. I was gonna do it like with my dice, but I can do it with. So then all of you can see on the game log. Okay, so it was on the top of the stairs there, and a dirty 20. Okay, so cool. Oh, it's still not coming up anyway. Because I put it to self. Okay, so he rolled a 1 for damage.
Did you add your D4? Would he have blessed cast on him as well?
No, they're for saving throws.
Oh, okay.
Not for
No,
attack.
it's for attack.
Oh,
as
is
well.
it? Oh, okay, alright. Sorry, I
Yeah,
thought it was just for
but
saving throws.
it only affects 3 creatures.
Oh, and and who did you choose? The Doldos, Vane, and Barakite?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't get the D4. So he he flaps. Uzan sees the daggers being thrown, and his allies being this like holy kind of shimmering to you three, and he flaps his wings, tries to gather enough strength to just form this big ball of fire, but it's as he lets loose at the octopus, it by the time it reaches it, the fireball actually kind of simmers down to like the size of the size of a golf ball, and bing, boing, boing, and kind of bounces and falls into the water, doing 1 point of damage. And then that brings us to Barakai. It's your turn.
Yep. Well, I'm a raging little sharky, so
You
I'm
are.
a smack an octopus with a big old axe.
Let's do it.
Alright. Let's see if this is gonna work. Alright, cool.
It should still remember that you are in rage.
It should.
So you normally don't get a +5. You get +5, don't you? Then
Plus 6.
but then because of the rage, you get the plus.
Yeah. And then throw. So 13 to hit.
Yes, it
Because
hits.
Yeah, it doesn't count the bless. Alright, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. It doesn't count the bless, but it does count your rage. But that's
Yes. So we're gonna smack him for a nice little 8 damage.
Yep. Did you want to do your bonus action?
Oh yes, we will bite him
Let's go. Let's roll.
as a bonus action.
Hungry Jaws.
Alright, yeah, that's gonna miss regardless. I'm assuming it's got an AC of like 12 or 13.
Close.
Would a
So do you get? So
10 hit?
no, it does not. So with the bless, is it a one-time use or is it just a?
Resident or- Yeah.
It lasts for a minute, which is about 10 rounds.
10
Yeah.
rounds.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
just like a continuous 1d4 that's added to.
Yeah.
Yeah. to the attack roll
Okay,
save and throw.
Yep, cool. I was just seeing if I had mentioned anything about like a one-time use but it doesn't. So cool.
Yeah.
So Barakai, you see this fireball bounce off the octopus, and you pull out your great axe from your waist, and as it kind of it's flailing. It's not just sitting still in the water. You can see these tentacles are moving up and down, just kind of like sprinkling water over its head. It's just breathing, and then you run into the water. Start your steps kind of splashing in the water, and you jump up, and with one big arcing great swing of your great axe, you can't. There's a point in the top of the head where the first dagger is, and in the torso where the other dagger is. You kind of you slice down on the top of the head with the dagger, next to the dagger there, and like starts flailing its tentacles on you, and you land off to the side, doing a nice 8 points of damage to it. And from where you are now, because you jump back to almost where you were before, you can see now there is a lot more blood coming down over the octopus, and you can see it starting to stain the water around you, close to it, and its head is kind of deflating even more to like almost a fully deflated balloon before it breathes again. And Doldos, it's your turn now.
So Doldos will do a merciful leap, which is a non-action, and jump like right next to Barakai, and he will draw out his battle axe. So rolling for damage.
You're not
hit.
You're not in rage, are you? No. You are?
Yes. 17.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that hits.
So now rolling for damage. Ooh, 9.
Did you hit that twice for a one-handed and a two-handed?
One-handed. I don't know why it's got the two.
That's right. So, it is a killing blow. Do you want to describe what it does, or?
Doldos makes another bound at it and kind of twirls the above his head before bringing it down, and so, like making like a almost perfect symmetrical slice between the octopus's eyes. Its brains going all over the place and blood covering Doldos.
Nice. And with that, the octopus is like as it's did you say splitting in half? Sorry. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, did you say you split it in half?
Yep.
Okay, yep, cool. So you've come down and its tentacles are still like kind of twisting in on itself in the water, splashing about. And as you take a step back and see the head of the octopus, I feel like I need to call it the Kraken, but I know it's not a Kraken. But you see the head of the octopus fall into the water and it's still twitching, and all the tentacles are still moving. The octopus is dead. There was one request of Uzan, if he wasn't here yet, was that he wanted, now you're out of initiative, he did want to run up and kind of and take the beak and slice it open. And are you all happy with that?
Yeah.
Yep. Doldos reaches into the bloody mess and kind of brings it. What's the what I'm looking for? He just rips the beak out, gives it his arm.
Dissects it.
Yep, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, cool. And you go give that to Uzan?
Yep.
Okay. So now you're out of initiative. You can move freely around, but before you do, I just want to just remind you of your settings and stuff. So around you there are, and also you can see the tide behind you. The water is starting to creep a bit higher above the steps from where you are, Eleanor. But yeah, so as you this cave is about 50-foot high cavern. It's a forest of multicolored fungi ranging from tiny filaments to tree-sized mushrooms. So there's all different size mushrooms everywhere, and that's what you can see around you. Yeah, there's all different shapes, colors, sizes. A natural staircase of stone columns, the one that Uzan is currently standing on, that leads eastward. It's about 15 feet high into the cavern up in that north area there. Water bubble is bubbling down over that wall behind where the octopus is now dead and the tentacles flailing around. And it's in that large pool there too. And up the back of, you can just see from where you are, Doldos and Barakar, you can see they look like the figure that you see is like a human wearing a wide brimmed hat that's on the edge of that cliff, and they kind of poke their head up, but instead there is two small mushroom-like people working with the mushrooms up there, and the reason why you didn't notice them before, because the octopus had definitely caught your attention, but they've kind of peered over the edge looking down at you, and within this cave there is also a sickening smell, almost like sulfur, that's hanging in the air. So that's your surroundings at the moment. The two mushroom-like people up on the top there, looking down at you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm gonna run over and get my daggers out of the octopus before it sinks.
Yep.
Please.
I guess while Vane's doing that, I'm gonna make my wander up the stairs.
Yeah, cool. You're gonna make, so as you approach that pond there, not that pond, that small stream flowing from that upper pond, this purple, as you made your way past it, this purple mushroom with these long vines have come out and tried to whip at you. Can you roll for initiative, please?
Oh, lovely.
And as you're standing there and this thing's tried to swipe at you, there's another two directly in front of you that you can see now that you've noticed what it is that's on the other side, like what swiped at you as you passed by, you can kind of see them amongst the other mushrooms, and you do notice that they are a different type of mushroom. And for your so they're kind of like a purple seed, and they got like tentacles coming out of them, but they do blend if you didn't walk past close enough, you wouldn't have noticed that they were there. And I'm going to get all of you to, so that was all of you to roll initiative as well, because you counted that. Made that vile fungus swipe at you. And so Van, did you? Yep, no, I did. Okay, cool. Alright, that updates. Cool. Alright. So, just for what I just kind of mumbled to myself was that with the combat, when you roll initiative again, it automatically updates on the combat tracker, which is really cool. I didn't know that. Do you see did you see where the octopus was in that combat tracker before?
Yep.
You did? Was that just me, or did everyone experience Doldos's bad reception?
Yeah, glitchy, yep.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do now for, because I thought that was hidden from you, so I'm just going to roll for. Cool. It's a puppy. So what are you talking about then?
Yeah, we should.
That ain't a puppy, that's a horse.
And well, welcome Uzan as well. I actually didn't see you pop in.
No, all good, bro. How is everybody?
Everyone, I'm good. So I shouldn't answer for everyone.
Long weekend.
I had that last weekend. I had 4-day weekend. It was killer.
That would have been great.
It was.
Yeah, it was. It truly was. Oh, I'm on school holidays, so the long weekend.
We're in the middle of school holidays. They still got a week.
Oh, that's right. You are SA.
buddy.
That's right. Cool. So at the top of the vein, you see this these purple tentacles kind of swipe at Barakai as he's made his way through the different assorted mushrooms. What do you do?
Is it the red one that swiped at him?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm gonna move and hide, if that's okay. I'm just like guessing based on what I can see in the map that the terrain like has lots of rocks and stuff that would be an opportunity for me to hide behind. Is that right?
So they're all different types of mushrooms and stuff. There's no real rocks that like you got the cave wall.
Any mushrooms that would a mushroom hide a drow? I'll take your silence as a no.
Do you want to go? See if you will? Let's roll a stealth check.
Yeah. Okay. Let's roll stealth. Okay.
Even though
20 coming up.
30, but not quite. 19.
So even though the mushroom people have seen you, and the these fungi don't really have eyes on them, but you're able to successfully just. Are you gonna jump down the bottom there, or are you gonna stay up the top?
I'm like, I just moved up the stairs, and I'm like right on the edge of the like ridge there behind those mushrooms.
Okay, cool. So you're out of their sight, and they have their attention towards Barakai there. So you're
Excellent. Thank you. That's my move.
Yep. Cool. Next, Barakai. These things swipe at you, and the reason why just for a few of those people that are watching, and for all of you as well, the reason why you didn't do a saving throw is because the tentacles didn't really reach you. You actually just were able to kind of walk past.
Oh, cool. So I'm out of their range.
Yep. Because the bulb of the seed where they are, the roots are into the ground. They can't move. They're just kind of like flailing their tentacles and yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just call out to the fungus-looking people that are behind the pods.
Yep.
Just call out to them that we're bringing him the latest feed.
So they don't because you're quite close to them, still like 15-20 feet away from them. You can see that they have eyes underneath their mushroom head, but they don't have mouths, right? So they can hear what you're saying, but they're looking at you and speaking to you in your mind, not verbally, and they say, so what did you say to them? Sorry.
I just called out, we're bringing you the latest feed from Tarak.
And they respond to you in like a really monotone way in your head. We've been wondering where the feed has been for so long. We haven't heard from Tarak. But you can see that they're not posing any threat, but they're not actually moving any closer to you.
Yep. And I guess just part of that whole interaction, I'll just turn to Doldos has our sack of rotting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll just call out to him and ask him to throw the sack up to me.
No problem.
Yep.
Are you hurt?
Cool.
Okay, whereabouts are you, Doldos? You're quite a bit away, so then I reckon that's a bit of a. Let's go with a I'm gonna do a check.
Athletics?
Yeah, let's go athletics. Need some strength in that. Let's go.
Cool. 15.
So you pull the bag out from you had it tied around your back and it was kind of like dangling behind you, almost like a big swollen tail. But you untie it and you throw it to Barakai, and you aim it a little bit too high, but Barakai jumps up and grabs it, and but as you grab it, Barakai, the stench, the overwhelming stench of the rotten scraps, food scraps, and it starts to kind of overpower the sulfur smell in the room. So now you have the bag, and the mushroom, the Myconids look at you, and you can see that their fingers kind of start to get excited, and the one that's closest to you, so the orange one, says like telepathically, so no one else can hear this, just only you, says, this batch smells Smells good. Be careful of the fungus. They're quite poisonous, but make sure you keep the sack safe. And it's almost like they're breathing really heavy when they're talking, but this is all telepathically.
Well, I guess, yeah, if we're gonna move through the motions and everyone's just standing there and watching me, I'll step into the water.
Yep. Yep. And so on either side, so you got those. There's two of those purple fungus.
Yeah.
As well.
So I guess I'll step into the water and see if they go at me. If they don't, then I'll just kind of like walk up to the water's edge and just drop the bag, and then walk back to the other side of the water where they can't hit me.
Can you? Because you've stepped into it, they're flailing. They're like, they look excited. Like the purple bulbs are starting to kind of like illuminate this like purple. Sorry, not illuminate, like radiate purple. And they start swinging at you. And can you please roll a? Let's go with a saving throw. It's going to be would it be a strength saving throw? It would, wouldn't it? Because they're trying to attack you.
I guess that depends if you want to go acrobatics, if I'm ducking and diving.
Do you want to duck and dive?
Yeah, look, well, I mean, if they're going to be swinging around me, I'll just try and duck and dive it.
Yeah, well, let's go. Let's go acrobatics.
Alright, done deal. That is a 19.
Oh, and these purple tentacle things are swiping at you, and they look excited. And you just tuck the bag into your chest, and you hold your breath because the stench is quite foul. And you just do like a torpedo dive through the between them, and as they're trying to swipe you, you're almost like a little torpedo going like as if you're swimming, right? So generating heaps of speed, but you've just dove through, and they're flailing, trying to get you, but it's like almost twisting in motion, dodging, and you stand back up on the other side of him, and as you stand up, the Myconids are looking at you and still kind of tapping their fingers away. Like, thank you for bringing this, but why hadn't Tarak come to give us this?
Look, I think old Tarak's just been a bit busy with some of the dramas up on the island, so, you know, we're just doing him a favour since we're passing through.
Ah, yes. I did think it was the stench in the cave that was putting him off, or maybe possibly the octopus down there that might have scared him off. But nevertheless, thank you. What is your name?
My name is Baraki of the Deep Summit.
Hello, hi Baraki.
And this is my party of variety humanoids, we're gonna call us.
And you see the one that's actually talking to you directly is so after you've dove through, you come up next to that orange one there, closest to you, and that one's name, he looks at the rest of the humanoids and says, yeah, these quite different species to what we've seen on this island, but my name is Molin, and this is Kraz. And then Kraz kind of like peers around, like he's around Molin's head, and he's like, and he gestures a wave. So from everyone else's point of view, you're not talking. There's no voices, and you're just like standing there still talking, standing still looking at these two small mushroom people. Yeah, and Kraz is like, hey.
Did we lose you?
Me?
Sorry, I thought you were saying something, and we lost you.
No. So it was just Kraz said,
Yeah.
hey. And yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Draki. I'm Kraz. That's a nice scratch you've got there.
Oh, look, certainly is a very nice one, isn't it?
And you can see he's got like two little holes underneath his eyes there, and they start to like open up, and he's like, like making like these noise.
Do you want
Sorry,
me to...
are we still in initiative, or couldn't anyone move?
We are in initiative, but Barakai's just dodged, and I actually forgot that we're in initiative. Thank you for reminding me. I was just yeah. So Barakai, you've made your way past, and you've kind of greeted the Molin and Kraz, and Eleanor. So that's gonna consume your turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just, yeah, if anyone wants to do anything while I'm trying to do things.
Yeah, I just went with it. I just went. Molin and Kraz are super excited to see that sack. Eleanor.
Everyone is excited to see that sack.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm still here because I can see Barry being attacked. Keep an eye on everyone.
Yeah, so you got the violent fungus that's directly in front of Dol, or not directly, it's like about 20 feet north of Doldos there, and Vane's hiding. But yeah, then you got the other two on the other side there. Cool, so you don't want to move, or you don't want to...
No, probably move forward a bit more.
Yeah.
It's up here.
Cool, and is and that it?
Yep.
Yep, cool. Alright, Doldos, you see Barakai diving through tentacles, flailing around. Yeah, what do you do with this?
So Doldos will approach, going close to the river, and seeing that the tentacle mushrooms, or tenti mushrooms, are still a nuisance, he's gonna try to chop them down by throwing his hand axes at the red one. So,
Yep, cool.
roll 13.
13. Yeah. Oh, wait. Sorry, yep, hits.
Yep. Now rolling for damage. Six.
Yeah, so you rush up to... which one did you go for? The red one? Like the one that was closest to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
The red one. Yes.
As you're running towards it, you look, it's flailing its vines at you, sweeping at them, and you're slice them away as they're coming at you. These like little purple tentacles, and they're quite short to you, right? So you crouch down and try to slice it in half, but you actually realise the body of the fungi is quite solid, and it's ding kind of bounces off it, but doesn't have tentacles now, and doing 6 points of damage. And is there anything else you want to do? I think you have a bonus action as well, but
a bonus action. I don't.
You don't?
Yep, I'm done.
You done? Yep. And Uzan, from the bottom of the stairs, you see your allies scurry away towards, like, further away. They're just out of sight of you because you're at the bottom of the stairs.
Just made a game for a quick sec, so I missed like 45 minutes of the session.
Sorry, I should have called you back up there. So, Doldos was successfully split the octopus in half. He took the beak for you and given it to you. And yeah, so we made a party decision on me just rolling for your Eldritch Blast. And
that's all good. That's what I.
Yeah, cool.
That's why I texted you before. Like that's what he's gonna do. So if you had to, it was all good.
Yep, cool. And yeah, so now and then, as you come out of initiative, at the top of the like next to, like, west of that little waterfall coming over, these mushroom like people have kind of peered over that cliff there at all of you, attacking the octopus, and then that's why the party has gone up there.
And we're definitely attacking these tentacle mushroom things.
Yes, Doldos has already attacked it.
Yeah, no, just in case Doldos has gone on his own and been like, I'm killing this.
I think he did that.
Yeah, because Barakai's over there talking to the other ones. He's out there killing stuff. Just making sure.
Oh, I'm just standing out there looking at them. You guys can't hear our conversation.
Yeah, because it's
Right.
it's all telepathically, so none of you can hear what's actually happening with Barakai and the mushroom people, the Myconids. You just see those three standing there, just looking at each other in silence. There's just the waterfall kind of trickling.
Alrighty then. Well, instead of walking, Uzan's going to fly because that's his thing. So he's going to fly, what's that, 10, 20, 30 feet?
Yep. Does your speed half for flying, or is it the same? I'm pretty sure it's the same, isn't it? I just double checking.
No, I'm 90% sure it's the same.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it is. I think with warlocks it is.
I think it's the tiefling.
Sorry, tiefling, sorry.
Yeah, flying speed of 30 feet when you're not wearing heavy armor.
Yeah, perfect. Yep, so you fly up there.
And that one that Doldos has just attacked, we're going to hit with Sacred Flame.
Yep.
Because why not?
Why not?
So yeah, that's the dex saving throw from you for
Yep.
14.
So I'm just writing this down. 14 was it?
Yep.
And saved.
Oh, bugger.
That was Sacred Flame, wasn't it? Yeah. So you've kind of
Yeah, man.
tried to
Done nothing.
to radiate this radiance, but just nothing's coming to you at this point. And the bulb, the violet bulb, is just kind of like radiating, but it's lost its tentacles because Doldus cut them off. Is that the end of your turn? You don't have bonus.
No, nobody's hurt or anything, are they?
No,
No. My only
I believe
bonus
not.
action
No.
is to heal people. No, that's it then.
Okay. And that comes to as you've tried to create this fire to burn the fungi, that fungus that's closest to you, it without its tentacles, it kind of just flays around, like kind of the bulb kind of. It looks like it's trying to move, but it's the roots are firmed into the ground there, but can't move any closer, and the tentacles are on the ground, like just like flapping around. But the orange one that's close to your northeast, Barakai, it swipes at you with its rotting touch attack, and you, even though you're in complete silence, speaking telepathically to the mushroom people, you can hear that this thing's trying to swipe at you, and you just step to the side and it misses you, and the one directly south of you tries to sweep its rotting touch at you, and as it kind of tries to swipe at you, it wraps its other one around it, and they're not really making much noise. They're like the kind of of the swooping, but they don't have any faces. They don't have any mouth to kind of emit any noise. But missed you. And now, Vane, you see these things flailing at Barakai.
They're so gross. I think I'm gonna take a shot at the orange one.
Yeah, the one like northeast to.
Yeah. With my crossbow.
Let's go. Let's pin
Let's
this
do it.
bulb.
It's not good. It's bad.
So you knock an arrow for this crossbow. You see it swiping at Barakai, and you pull it back and boom, and it flies past it, and you shoot too high, and it bounces off the rocks and boop, lands in the water there behind it.
How embarrassing. Oh.
And you do have a bonus action.
Can't do two-weapon fighting with a crossbow, can I?
No, but you've got your is it your, what's your
Sneak attack?
Sneak attack. So you got your sneak attack.
That's only for damage, I'm pretty sure. So, because I didn't hit.
Oh yeah, true it is.
There's
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but my two-weapon fighting is, I feel like, only with.
Yeah, it's only with your
melee
dagger.
weapons.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess she'll just remain in the shadows and be deeply embarrassed that she missed that shot.
You pull your bandana over your eyes to try to hide the shame of the shot. Barakai, you see this arrow pinging off the rock, the walls behind, in front of you, and land in the water. You're still holding that sack as well.
Yes, I would be.
Yep. What do you want to do? seeing all this unfold.
I turn to my old mate I've been telepathically talking to and go, are we friends? Can you stop these fungi from attacking us?
The one, do you want to talk, is the one closest to you?
Yeah, the one closest to me that I've been speaking with.
Yep, so that's Moland.
Yep.
Molen, M-O-L-E-N. Molen. You see Molen's like head starting to kind of inflame, like breathing. He's like, I can possibly help you, but I might have to have some of the stuff that you have in the sack before I can help you.
Alright.
Before we become friends.
I said, alright. I'll reply to him and say, sure, we can do that easily. And I will turn around and just yell out to everyone verbally not to attack the
Myconids.
funguses,
Yep.
the Myconids, to not attack them, and maybe they'll let us pass without having to risk life. And then I'll turn back to Molin and just kind of like open the sack up and just drop it in front of me.
You see his head start he's really starting to get. You see his fingers kind of starting to fidget really fast, and so are you giving them the whole sack or just part of it?
I'm opening up the sack and just kind of letting it sit in front of me, so they have to walk up to me and come get it.
Is that a kind gesture of walking up and then walking into your space?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just sitting there with the sack opened up, and I guess I'm carrying around my axe, but I'm just kind of leaning on it like a staff more than holding it like an axe. So as far as they're concerned, I seem relaxed.
Okay. Yeah, so the Molin walks up, and you can see he's starting to like peer his head over and look at what's inside the sack, and he looks at you and says, "Oh wow, I've missed the scraps from Tarak. Oh, this looks like a good batch." And he like turns back and looks at Kraz, and he says, "Were you from where you are? They're kind of just nodding at each other."
Yep.
And you can see that they're communicated, because he's come over and approached and looked inside the sack as well, and then Kraz looks at you and says, "Yeah, we can help you with these violet fungi, but there is a bit of a problem here in the cave. But we can help you. All of us can help you. Are you our friends?"
Well, if we're not getting attacked by all your neighbors, then sure, we're friends. But while we're getting attacked, it's not gonna be as friendly as I hope it to be.
"Oh, these aren't our neighbors. They've only sprung from the foul sulfur that's sprinkling in the air. Can't you smell it? This is very overpowering for us, but it has made some unlikely creatures, like this disgusting little thing," and it like points at the one that's just south of you, and it's kind of like flailing around. But just don't go 5 feet close to them, and they can't touch you. We haven't really tried to kill them because, as you can see, we have no weapons. But we just keep our distance from them."
Okay. And is there any other problems that we're gonna have to deal with in this cave?
Can you roll a? let's go with a. Sorry, I'm just getting this up. Nature. No, sorry. Let's go with a. Are you trying to persuade? Like, do you feel like are you?
I guess you could say deception if they're being honest towards me, or
Yeah, you want? Do you want to find out if they are being truthful?
yeah.
Yeah.
If there's no issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a check.
Wouldn't that be an insight check?
Insight would be the better one. Not
Yeah.
deception.
Yeah, because your deception one sucked.
Yeah.
I just
Because sorry, that's my bad as well. Deception is when you're trying to deceive. An insight check is when you're trying to find out if they're.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, an insight check.
It's like there's another word. Oh, look, that's so much better.
You can see that they are very eager to get what's in the sack, and you can see that they don't have any weapons on them. They don't look overly strong either. So they're not posing any threat to you.
Alright. I'll just kind of shove the sack over to them and turn to the rest of the party and say, keep 5 feet away from all the tentacles trying to hit us, and they can't touch us. So, says our friends here. Kind of gesture towards the Myconids.
And Molin grabs the bag, and you can see he sticks his head in it, and you see the mushroom swelling, and the sack kind of inflating and deflating, and you can see that they pass the sack to each other, to Molin and Kraz, and stick their heads in it, and Molin looks at you and says, thank you for this. I'll go share this with the others, and let them know that you pose no threat. But try to stay away from the walls, because that's where the fungi like to live, especially in open spaces. So, thank you, and they grab the sack and start moving towards that way. Look, I'll make the call that we can jump out of initiative, because now that you are aware of the 5-foot range of the violet fungus swooping at you. So Molin and Kraz walk away, dragging this sack, and you can see that they go up that other cave there.
Alright.
So, Uzan's gonna fly over to Baraki, be like, hey man, what was that whole conversation that no one else could hear?
Look, they're just, I guess, negotiating with us, in a way. But they seem friendly enough, and they're happy for us to follow through. Just stick away from all the walls, and don't get too close to all plants. We should be fine.
Did they mention if there was anything dangerous in this cave, or any other issues that we need to worry about?
Nah, I didn't say anything specifically, but I guess we'll find out for ourselves.
Are we gonna follow
That's
them?
promising.
You guys feel free to follow through. I want to jump back into the pool where the dead octopus is and just suss out if there's any dead bodies and shit I can loot.
Yep. Yeah,
Grab me
Baraka,
an eye while you're in there. grab me an octopus eye while you're in there.
We'll see what's left.
I'm writing it down. I've got an octopus eye.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump over the edge and into the water and just see if I can find any coin purses or things of interest in there.
So Vane and Doldos, I'll just stop you there just before you move, and Ellen, before you move too far forward. Did you want to wait for Barakar to go down and get the stuff, or are you just going to rush ahead? You're going to rush ahead because as you've rushed ahead, you've walked into this cave of all these other different size Myconids, large adult size ones and a couple of smaller ones, and they're all crouching down over. But they've taken no notice of you. They've entered. You can see that the two that were in the room before. Why aren't you? They're standing there. And they've taken the sack over to the circle that's in the middle of the cave there.
We'll wait, I reckon.
Yes, because you don't know a frenzied Myconid devouring, decomposing crap will do to us.
And Barakar, you're searching for some kind of like useful. You're searching for stuff in the water there, aren't you?
Yeah, just anything of use, you know.
Yeah. Can you do a nature check for me, please?
Nature? Alright. Nature. Well, that's unfortunate. That's an 8.
You like those 8s, don't you? Yeah, so as you kind of look around and start searching in the waters and stuff, you don't really find too much, but you are determined to find something. Are you grabbing the eye for Uzan?
Yeah. Look, I'll grab the eye for Uzan and I'll cut off the end of a tentacle and just kind of walk off with it, just as a snack for myself, since I can eat shit raw.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So then you make your way back up.
Yeah, and I'll just like make my way back up. I will swim into this pool of water and around, and avoid them all together.
Yep.
Cool. I made up with the group.
Alright, cool. Alright, so now as you enter, back up. So as you've made your way out of the like at the top where you were with those other Myconids, and you saw those Myconids, I keep calling them Myconids, but Myconids. You've entered this room, and it's a big open room with all mushrooms on either side of it, and they're in between 6 clusters of giant mushrooms. They're arranged in like a rough kind of circle in cavern. Why isn't that? Sorry, I'm just on my end. It's showing. Can all of you see the other Myconids there?
Yep.
You can. So
Yeah,
there's.
you can see like 6 or 7 there.
Yeah, cool. I'm just gonna refresh it just so then I can see. But in the meantime, while that's loading up, yeah, you got there's several human-sized mushroom folks. Some quite tall, some quite short, and you can see that Molan and Kraz opening up the sack to them, and they're all kind of huddled around. But the smell, as you've entered this cave, the smell of sulfur is quite strong, and it almost like there's a bit of a haze in the room of how strong this sulfur smell is. There we go. And as they're kind of standing there, they've taken no notice of you. They obviously look like they're indulging into this sack, and also there's some that are quite they're all definitely not paying any attention to you, and even the two that are closest to you are not paying any attention to you. They're definitely in their own they're focused on something else, not all of you.
Can we see any heart cap mushrooms in this like cabin area?
Can you do a nature check for me, please?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So you can see the two Myconids that are closest to you, so like southwest to you, and also northwest to you. They're all these white capped mushrooms, all different sizes. You can see now that the edge of this room, this big cave, is filled with heart capped mushrooms, and you don't see any of the violet, the purple fungus either.
Ooh, I'm gonna start collecting some of them,
Yep.
I guess.
Cool. Just a bit of a reminder that with the white cap mushrooms as well, Tarak did tell you that you are collecting them for him to make potions of healing as well. So that's why you're there. Which I reminded at the start of the session. Yeah.
Thank you.
He never really told us how many he wanted, though, did he?
Nope.
He just said he wanted some. So, Uzan's gonna grab some too.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, so you both... Is anyone else harvesting these mushrooms?
Look, I guess
Questions.
I guess I'm gonna wander around since the entire party's kind of just doing that thing.
Yep. Are you going close to the Myconids barricade?
I'm going to.
Uzan did.
I'm gonna move my way down to these stairs to go suss out.
Doldos follows Barakai.
Okay. Uzan, before you move any further down the steps, Barakai and Doldos, with Uzan, as you've gotten closer to the mushroom folk, the Myconids, you can see that all of them got their eyes closed, and as you've stepped a bit closer, you heard, like in your mind, you heard like a rhythmic humming, and one of them actually, so the one that's standing, it's not the one directly closest to you, the one directly closest to you, turns around and looks at you and says, "Greetings, humanoid, friends of Molden and Kraz. What brings you to our beloved home?"
We've been asked to come get some.
This is
some of these
telepathically
White
as
Cap
well.
Mushrooms.
Sorry, this is telepathically as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention.
So telepathically, he's saying we've been asked to come to get some of these White Cap Mushrooms. We hear they're good for healing. But we've also come to bring you this feast.
It looks at the two smaller Myconids, and then looks back at you and says, "Yes, thank you for bringing Tarak's scraps for us. It's a friendly gesture. If you'd come otherwise bearing weapons and fire, things would have turned differently. But thank you for offering this gesture of peace. If there's
we have weapons and fire. We choose to come in peace. We want to be friends."
And it kind of like gestures its hands opened and says, "Yes, we always," sorry, it telepathically says to you, "we always choose peace over violence, especially with this blight, a threat in the cavern. As you can see, we are quite humble folk and addressing our injured ones at the present time. So harvest your white caps, and if there's anything else you want to ask, be free to ask. My name is Argrick, and my fellow comrade here, fellow friend is Umfollow, and the one it's to the east of him, about 5 feet away. He looks at you and gives you kind of a nod, and you can see that the face features are very similar. Like if you weren't talking to this one directly, and if he shuffled around, you wouldn't be able to recognize which one he was. They're all quite similar in only the height differences.
Sorry, you said his name was Agric?
Yeah, Agric.
Uzan will continue the conversation. Agric, my name is Uzan. You can call me friend. What threatens you in this cave? You seem like such a friendly people. What could possibly want to bring you harm?
Can you do an insight check?
Very good.
I'm sure you smelt it as you walked in. The foul stench. We're unsure where it's coming from, but it's making us all ill and fatigued, and it's spreading throughout the cave. We struggle to find the source of it, but our focus is to our friends here, and he gestures to the others they're like kneeling down, and meanwhile in the background you can kind of hear the rhythmic noise, and their eyes are kind of like fluttering. They're closed, but they're kind of like fluttering.
Grick, where did you first encounter this smell, this gas, this poison? Where did it first start afflicting you?
Well, we don't leave the cave, but it has over time increased, but it's it's definitely taking more of a toll. The stench has become a lot stronger, and looks at the Myconids on the ground, and then looks at you, Uzan, and says, "But there's not. I'm not sure there's much more I can help you with. I do have to help out my friends, but be careful roaming around You're free to roam around the cave, but be careful where you go, because there are some ill fungi in the cave that will try to poison you."
Don't worry, mate. I'm gonna look into this.
And he kind of gives you like a tap on his, where normally is like the heart on a human, but he just kind of taps that and like taps it and looks at you and nods and gestures his hand and turns back around and starts going back into this state of like humming and rhythmic. And
Right, so Uzan's going to call the group over and he's going to be like, guys. And he's going to tell them all about the whole conversation I've just had with the grit.
Yep.
But basically, we're going to go. I want to go find out what's causing this problem for them, and I want to kill some of these fungus along the way. Are you with me?
Sure, let's
No problems, but we
burn some master.
try to take a rest before we do this.
Yep. Do you want to?
Can we take a rest?
Not where you are right now, because it just seems strange if you just curled up in, like, especially
Why? They're all friends.
Doldos and Barakai. Just curled up at the top of the stairs there. Meanwhile, like the Myconids are like that are closest to you as well, kind of shuffling around, tending to the mushrooms on the ground. Yeah, so do you want to take a long rest or a short rest?
I would prefer a long rest because I need a long rest.
What does everyone else want to do?
I'm good. I don't need a rest.
Because we haven't.
A short
taken
rest would be good.
Because we haven't taken a long rest, have we? At all, at any point.
No, you haven't. It's been pretty full on since you've arrived at Dragon Rest at Stormwreck Isle.
Yeah, because I'm all out of rages.
So what?
You get them back on a short rest or a long rest?
No, long rest.
So you could kind of maybe like you choose somewhere.
What if we... Yeah, I was going to say, you guys are going down those stairs. You obviously want to go down there, so we'll go down there. We'll check out that room, and if that's suitable, we'll have a rest there. What do you reckon?
Can I just remind everybody that the tide was coming in earlier?
Oh, but we've gone up like a fair set of stairs. I wouldn't think it would get up this high.
It doesn't matter for you anyway, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Cool.
No, the tide doesn't come that high, Vane.
Right.
You're well out of reach, because from that first room it goes up like that, up those set of stairs. They're about 15 foot high. So
Alright.
so you're gonna do what
Yes.
Uzan?
So go suss out the room downstairs where me and Dolos are.
Yep.
I love killing stuff, so I'll go with Uzan and find whatever is making the stink.
Okay, so as you two have walked into that room, you do see three young. So they're called Myconid sprouts. They're all in the the mushroom all the different assorted mushrooms and stuff there. But as you've kind of gone down those steps, there we go. So I just have to unhide them. This cave reeks of rot, and the floor is covered with like decaying vegetation. 3 small mushroom folk are working in it's like filth, right? It's quite disgusting. And in the southwest corner of that cave, a huge bulbous object, the size of like a cart, like probably like 15-20 feet wide, and it's because the height of the cave, it is about I think I said before, about 50 feet, so it's quite big, but the bulbous object is about 20 feet long, and it's clinging to the wall and the ceiling, glistening like a glob of jelly, like purple jelly. And the Myconids beside you haven't taken any notice of you. They're just doing what they want to. And
anyone else see inside of that room? Because I can't.
Oh, that's alright. Sorry, it's
black in there.
Oh, I thought I sorted this out. Sometimes it resets for some weird reason, but I just got to share. The reason why you can't see in there because you don't have dark vision. There's really no light in these caves. But because you've been with Vane's been the eyes of your thing. But we did make a share with all players.
Uldus takes out his torch and lights it.
Oh, you've got a torch?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna add that. That will make
no torch.
And
there's a flame.
Yeah, it should be emitting light. Give us light.
Let there be light.
There you go.
Thanks.
There we go.
Oh,
No, you fucked it. You broke it.
Okay. Alright, so there is this huge bulbous thing, purple thing. I'll do that again.
Yep.
There we go. You can see now, Baraka?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so in the southwest corner there is this, the big glistening glob of jelly. Huge thing, like, radiating in the corner there. Can both of you do a nature check on for me, please?
Sure.
That's an
17.
Okay,
the
Doldos.
same.
Doldos, you can
Yes.
you look at this and you actually identify this as a Stirges Nest that's radiating from the. If you're unsure what a sturge is, it is like they're like bats, almost like bats.
Oh yeah. I do, but yeah, I do know. Yeah, like these weird bat things with like
They have like 4
needle-like
wings.
noses.
Yeah, like a horrible monster. It looks like kind of like a cross between a large bat and like an oversized mosquito. They got a big long nose, legs that have like these sharp pincers at the end, and it's got like a long needle snout that it has. So you know this is one of the a nest of these sturges.
Archive, let's not disturb that thing. If we attack it, or disrupt it, or get too close to it, we'll be swarmed and potentially we'll die. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Alright, I will follow through with that.
Yep.
Okay. Doldos will attempt to wave at the little Myconid children. Hi, fungus people. And he just, like, clops off.
Yeah, cool.
Doldos
And
to
we
come
got-
up from there really quick. What's in there, mate?
Stirges Nest. Not good.
We're about to have a rest. Let's
Very
kill it.
bad.
Let's deal with it. Fire.
Do you... No. Stop and think. It's a Stirges Nest, meaning there's probably hundreds and thousands of them. If we destroy it, we will be dead, and we will become food to the Myconids. Not a good idea.
Alright. Might have to deal with it later, though.
If we don't disturb it, they won't be needing to deal with it later.
So did you leave your torch there? Are you still holding it?
Yeah, I'm still holding it. I forgot to move it.
Yeah. So as you take the flame with you, the Myconids, they look at the flame and they it does catch their attention, but they don't really respond to it at all. So are you going to take a? So you just pass that information back on. Are you still looking to find a place to rest?
I mean, I guess we can rest in the main chamber if we really wanted to.
Yeah, you see no threats. There's nothing. It's actually a really safe place in that.
What about with that Stirges Nest right there, though? Is that going to come back and bite us in the butt?
Oh,
Because surely they travel these caves.
clearly they aren't bothering the Myconids, so
They're fungus people, we're people. Sort of
Oh.
people. Humanoid.
but also it's a nest. Are you ready to take on multiple sturgeons at the same time?
Look, I can take advice from anyone, and Doldos has said don't do it, so we won't do that.
Yeah.
My concern is now that if he's that worried about that nest, knowing full well that that nest is going to empty at some point for them to come out to get something to eat, and we're right around the corner. Are you okay with that?
Sturges don't like fire. If we have fire around us, we will be fine.
Set the nest on fire!
Oh no, that's not how it works, you overgrown pigeon. Just because you set something on fire doesn't mean they can't not come out and attack us. It's a gelatinous blob, it's very hard to set aflame.
I mean, if we
Sure,
take
we
them awake with, we should be right.
If you what, sorry?
If one of us is awake with the torch, with the fire, while we're taking long rests, we can just take it in turns.
Be a sensible and constructive advice.
I'll create bonfire as a cantrip. I'll just set the whole thing. Look, whatever. Okay. But if I wake up as a Stirge lunch, blaming you.
Yes, as your infernal blood seems very tasty to a flying bat mosquito. It probably sets them aflame if they try to drink your blood.
Well, then let me do it.
I'm not having this argument with you.
You are.
Anyway, Are we sleeping or not? Because I am hungry.
I'll take the first
Yeah,
watch.
was it?
They
Alright.
can't-
And there's some fresh octopus just down the way for you. If you're feeling hungry.
I've got
I might do
supplies. Seafood will do well for my stomach. You can eat it though, if you wish.
Oh, I've already eaten it.
Fresh calamari.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh,
Alright.
gross.
So are you gonna do a long rest or a short rest?
Long rest.
Long rest, okay. Cool. So with the watch, are you gonna do like what are the intervals for the watch? I guess because their long rests are about 8 hours. So obviously, if one person is awake.
I
There's-
I can go into a trance. Like I don't need to actually sleep, so I can take the second watch if Uzan wants to take the first.
Uzan definitely wants to take the first.
Okay, cool. All right, so
I feel like Uzan might set it on fire with the first watch, by the sounds of it.
sneak off while
We
you're
just have to
sleeping.
trust that it won't.
Okay, cool. Well, Uzan, you're waiting patiently, and are you holding the torch? Doldos, are you going to extinguish the torch?
I
Are
gave
you
it to him.
You gave it to him. Yep.
Well, I'm just gonna leave the torch sort of. I don't know, wherever these guys are all camping out. I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay. You might
And
have.
I'm just gonna come down to these stairs, and I'm just gonna keep an eye on that nest.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm gonna go sleep in the corner.
I'm just picturing like a shark folk like curling up like a dog, like like curling up with the tail and the head close together.
But then he's got the satyr next to him doing the same thing.
It's kind of a cute image in the cave amongst the mushrooms and mushroom people. So well, I guess register your long rests and refill those slots, and yeah, and you don't have any slots to fill, do you? Uzan, no, you don't.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So as you're taking the long rest, and you are swapping, with your watch, you do hear the water, slowly, like over time, when, say Doldos, when you've come to take your watch, the water has risen. You can see, or hear it, splashing about in the distance there, and yeah, the tide is now, it's high tide as you finish your long rest, and there hasn't been much change in the room itself. You can see that the Myconids are still like in this sense, in this circle in the middle of the room. It's not Argic that was speaking to you before. Doldos, not Doldos, Uzan. He is now on his knees, and the one, another larger human Myconid is now taking that role of looking over the others that are kneeling down. The stench of sulfur is still quite strong in the room. There is no change in the bulbous, the Stirges Nest. It's still just hanging there like a big sack in the corner. Yeah, there's been no change in that either. And the Myconids are all still, they're unaware of time, and yeah, still going on about their duties and whatnot. So
The human.
no, go.
The new guy in charge. Can I talk to him and more or less ask him the same things I asked Argrick, like what dangers are in the cave, and let him know we're friends.
Yep. So, the one that you're talking about is it's actually the pink one that's to the northwest. So you got the one that's closest to you, but it's actually the furthest one. So do you want to go talk to him? Yep. From there as well, you can see the pathways as well stretching further in the cave both ways. You see two paths going further to the west and up into the northeast, and they both kind of bend around, and you don't see where they go off to. And you approached this Myconid, and it's turned around and looked at you, and greetings friends. And this is telepathically as well.
Greetings. Yep. Greetings, friend. My name is Uzan. What may I call you?
I'm Craterel. I believe you spoke with Agric. There's not much more that he can tell you that I can't tell you.
Okay, I was just generally asking if you had any more details, or what's the story with that Stirges Nest you're keeping around the corner? Are they a threat to you?
They're no threat to us, but we just go about our day, and we have more things to deal with than the Stirges Nest around the corner.
I can understand that. Do you use these mushrooms for healing as well, or do you have your own ways?
Before you see, we like to go into a dreamlike trance. It's called our meld experience, and it helps us heal. We don't like eating the young siblings of the Myconids, the ones that you see around us. We don't like eating them. But when we meld, it helps us heal faster. And the rhythmic, and as you see, they're actually all quite close to each other, and they're all in this trance where their eyes are closed, but they're flickering.
Well, we shall do what we can to assist you before we leave. I hope we don't make too much noise.
Beware of the sulfur. It might take some toll on you after a while, or you might get used to it. But it's the reason why we're all a bit fatigued here. But I'm sure Argrick would have told you that.
He did mention the sulfur, and I have sort of noticed the smell, but I think it affects the goat more than me.
And Craterel looks at the goat curled up over there, just kind of like standing up and starts stretching, and like kind of stretching the neck, waking up. I think it might affect all of you if you are exposed to it for too long, but please, if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask. And
which one of these paths should I take? Can you point me in a direction?
Craterel turns around and looks at both paths, and he says, if you head up to the north, you might be able to help Senensa. But to the other way, we haven't been that way in quite some time. But I think we can definitely think the stench is overpowering, too strong for us to venture further into the cave. But up north is Senensa.
Do we know who Senensa is?
No. But you can.
I have
if
a
you,
note.
if you do a history check.
Go on, tell us.
Hang on.
But
I just
remember,
have a
Oh,
note
zero.
saying that
but remember, Vane, no one else can hear this. It's only Uzan.
but
and...
Uzan was in the room with me when Tarak mentioned Senensa.
No, I was.
Oh, okay.
Told
Don't
us.
worry then. I'll just shut up.
Yeah, so
I rolled a
The-
19.
yeah, the mention of Senensa, you remember Senensa's the leader of their colony. And that's who Tarak used to deal with and get and kind of make that mutual agreement of getting the White Caps and bringing the scrap food in for their colony to feed them. And that's who Senensa is.
So Uzan's gonna tell the party, if we go north, we'll find this Senensa. If we go this way, there's probably more poison.
I don't know.
The sulfur seems to have built up down there.
I think we're probably best to go speak with her up in the north, and
Yeah.
we'll deal with the rest afterwards.
Yes, indeed. Because I personally do not like to be dead in a cave. To be honest, that's not how I see my funeral going.
So with that, I before we move any further, I am looking at the time, and it is. So we'll end it there. Everyone's all rested, and before we move further into the cave, yeah, we'll end there. Okay, everyone happy with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. All right, cool.
Deal.
Yeah, thanks everyone for playing and coming along. I know daylight savings has really screwed us over with timing and jumping on and stuff, but hopefully our bodies can adapt to next week's session.
Yep.
Yeah.
I apologise for being late, guys. I thought it was another hour. I didn't realise everybody else had daylight savings too.
Yeah, that's alright. It's just Queensland that doesn't have it.
Yep. Wait. Am I the only one in Queensland?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh well.
um,
Fine.
Which that is everyone from?
New South Wales, South Oz. Pretty sure. Is that right?
Victoria.
Yeah,
Victoria.
New South Wales.
Yeah.
Victoria. Be in that lovely state at the end of next month.
Oh, nice. Alright, cool. Well, yeah, does anyone have any comments, questions, suggestions?
Oh, if anyone's curious, you want to know what a Stirge looks like?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, I should have chucked
Yeah.
that in.
I googled it. It's messed up.
It's almost like does anyone know what?
Ooh.
Yeah, they're quite gross.
Is
They-
that the shark? Something the shark?
Yeah,
Marvel?
Jeff.
Jeff the land shark, that's
Land
right.
shark. That's how land sharks sleep.
Wait, where did you send that? Oh, there.
The,
Yeah.
The
Ah, yes.
chat, the video chat.
Yep. Yeah, so the Stirges are quite ugly things. They remind me of almost like a deformed version of Crobat, if anyone knows Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yep.
if Crowbats and
Yeah.
Beautifly kind of
Yeah.
mushed
Molded
itself
together.
together to create that. Yeah.
Alright, cool. Well, yeah.
Radio.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good
Go to
night.
bed.
Have a good week, and
Have a-
see you next week.
Yep.
No worries.
100%.
See you later.
So it is, girls.
Alright, see ya. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks everyone watching this week's session of Stormwreck Isle campaign with EpicTales and Enchanted I hope you enjoyed this session as they made their way through the cave, and it's starting to actually interact with some of these Myconids and Mushroom Folk people. So if you enjoyed this, you enjoyed some of the characters, please make sure you subscribe and follow the YouTube channel, the Twitch, and go to Instagram, check out some of the reels and posts that are going on. And yeah, be ready for next week as the party find out what's happening with Senensa and see if they're going to help them navigate their way through the cave if they end up finding out what this stench is that's kind of causing these Myconids to suffer and be fatigued. But yeah, well, thank you again and have a good night. See you next week. Bye.